Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. I'm over here speed talking right now because we got to bring in Dr. David Chow, who has a ton of heat, and somebody lying there on that damn operating table ready to get cut up. Doc, where are you? Bring him in. There he is. That's my guy, Dr. David Chow, pro football doc. And let's live up to your name right now, Doc. Let's talk about Caleb Williams. And all he did was visit the Chicago Bears. What do we read from that? What happened?
Well, he made news as the first player ever to refuse to do any medical testing at combines. My assumption was he'd have to do several different medical tests as he visits a couple of teams, the top 1, 2, 3. He only went to one team. He probably only got physical from one team, the Bears. What is that? What do you think that means? So to me, there's 30 draft visits, and they're significant. Sometimes here it's significant. One time when I was with the Chargers, they're not always significant. A lot of times teams send out smoke screens. There was a lot of talk the Chargers were going to draft a running back at number 1, and they even named the running back. And I don't want to embarrass the guy, but I'm over at our buddy Seau's restaurant, a very casual, sports bar place, and I run into our running back coach and that running back. Look, if you're a first-round pick in on a visit, no offense, you're not going to Seau's Sports Bar. You're going to Morton's or something else, and there's the head coach and offensive coordinator. So that was clearly an incident of a team setting out a smokescreen as to who they might draft.
That is hilarious. They kept the budget low, but they made sure that the signal was loud and clear. Oh, man, that's hilarious. I was a second-rounder, so I'm not in this conversation, but the team that drafted me never contacted me, the Buffalo Bills. To your point, sometimes they just send out those smoke signals. Okay, how do teams use their pre-draft visits, right? 32 teams out there, and they got pre-draft visits. How do they go about how they do this?
Well, sometimes they use them as hey, we need a medical check or further medical evaluation on somebody, and we want to take a closer look. Sometimes they use them as, hey, we want to spend more time with the player and make sure that this is who we want to draft, or we want to find out some additional information. Sometimes they're used on players that weren't at combines because they just want to look at them, et cetera. And sometimes there are smoke screens, right? There are lots of different reasons. And a lot of times it's sort of in case this guy drops, we want a better look. It seems like the Bears seem comfortable with Caleb Williams at this point in time. And Caleb Williams seems very confident that he's only going to the one team. Otherwise, he might go to another visit or two.
Yeah, you're going to check him out. He's going to Chicago, duh. Get y'all nail salons ready because the pink is going to be in store. He's going to be letting them nails go and having some fun. Let's talk about these helmets. I'm getting tired of talking about concussions, and I don't know why. Maybe because when I played, you ain't getting out no game for no concussion. That's like a sprained ankle. Like, is it a low sprain? Is it a high sprain? And I know it's a serious issue, but every year they got a new helmet. Every year they got all these astronaut helmets. Now they got 5 new helmets supposed to help with concussions. What am I supposed to read from this?
Well, here's the big takeaway from everybody. You're right about concussions in this way. First of all, quiz question. Helmets were introduced. First of all, we just finished up March Madness NC2A. Everyone thinks of NC2A as the basketball tournament and this NIL or lack of institutional control at the NC2A. But you know why the NC2A was formed? It actually was formed during Roosevelt times for safety for football because people were dying playing the game of football in their leather helmets, etc. Helmets. So NC2A was started for safety. Helmets were invented to prevent skull fractures. They've done a great job doing that. They have saved lives from skull fractures. They were never designed to prevent concussions. So there's still a long way to go. The technology's better. There's some different options that are out there now, but it's not going to take away concussions. Taking away changing the kickoff rules isn't going to take it away. Maybe it mitigates it a little bit, and that's not a bad thing. But you're right. The culture has changed. I mean, look, if any doctor in the league or trainer in the league said, "Oh, you're fine. You just saw some stars," you'd be fired. Now you got to pull them. You got to be careful, and the whole deal.
Yeah, it's a whole different animal out there. Well, let's switch gears. Speaking of a different animal, Giannis. I saw Giannis go down yesterday, grabbed the lower leg. What happened to Giannis, man? What's going on?
I was at my son's Little League baseball game, and my phone's blowing up because He went down and everyone's like, oh my gosh, non-contact, grabbed at the back of his leg. This is Kevin Durant, Achilles. This is Aaron Rodgers, this, that, the other. It was not Achilles by video. And this is what we do by video analysis. It looked like more than a cramp. The team has now said calf strain. An MRI has just come back this morning saying, okay, relax, no Achilles. The problem is calf strains linger. And it matters on the grade and severity. At least it's not season ending. It's not surgery. It's not the dreaded Achilles. So Bucks fans can take a deep breath. But he's going to miss some time. Calf strains are a big deal, especially when you're hooping. It looks like it's mild by video. It looks like it's lateral, which actually helps. Medials linger more. But it's a matter of when he'll return, not if, but when he'll return for the playoffs. Is it going to be round 1 or does it need to be round 2? But his season at least is not over at this point in time.
To your point, calf strains is mental as well. What day do I finally test it? And a lot of times I've seen guys go a day too early. Go back another week or so. So to your point, we'll see how they play it with Giannis. Is there a blame game going on in baseball with this pitching clock? And now that's responsible for all the injuries and all, what is it, ICL, UCL I see every day. What's going on with these pitchers, man?
Ulnar collateral ligament, Tommy John injury, lots of chatter with a lot of big baseball players going out, with Spencer Bieber going out, Shane and the Strider going out, a lot of UCL things, Garrett Cole out. Look, we all know that there's gamesmanship between the union and the league. We see it in the NFLPA all the time versus the NFL. It's a trade and barter system. The same thing happens in Major League Baseball. So the Baseball Players Union is saying it's the pitch clock. It's just the pitch clock. It can't be just the pitch clock. First of all, it's not like the pitch clock speeds up your pitching motion. It speeds up when you start it. The clock stops the moment you start your pitching motion. It's not like, it's not like basketball. The buzzer's going to go off. The red light's going to go off. I got to get the shot out of my hands real quick. Once you start the motion of your windup, doesn't matter how long your windup is, you're good. So I don't see that speed up as being that big of a deal. Now, if it really were the pitch clock, you might see it more at the end of seasons with fatigue. We're seeing it at the beginning of the season. So it has to have a lot more to do with, Strider setting a record number of innings, throwing harder. Like all these guys throw high 90s and break 100 routinely. And now spin rates are higher, So I think it has to be a combination of things. And look, the only big thing that I will tell you is that there's been a lot of literature out there that says the first ulnar collateral Tommy John pitchers do very well from 95% chance of return. The second one makes it 50-50. I don't think it's that pessimistic. Shohei Ohtani had a second one now and is on the process of recovering. He's hitting, not throwing yet. But here's the thing. When you have your first Tommy John at the age of 25 and you have your second Tommy John at the age of 34, yes, the results are not that good. You're 34 years old. But when you, like Spencer Strider, when you have the first Tommy John at the age of 19 and potentially the second one at the age of 25, the results, thankfully, are going to be better, even though it's an 18-month recovery timeline.
Gotcha. I mean, it's just you got to write it into the script now. You're going to have Tommy John, you throwing that damn ball a lot. That's just the way the game goes. Tell me about Tiger Woods, who I will never let go. If Tiger Woods is in a golf tournament, he got me locked in. I don't think any athlete ever. Mike Tyson's fighting Jake Paul. I might watch it. I might not. Tiger Woods doing anything. It could be the Buick Open. I'm like, yeah. So is Tiger Woods healthy and does he have a shot?
Well, Tiger Woods, I get why people watch. I'm interested in Tiger Woods too. He had changed the game like no other athlete. I'll make a fantastic statement. He had changed the game more than Tom Brady has changed the game. Here's why. I believe, and I'm old enough to know this, prior to Tiger Woods, there was a lot of discussion. Is golf a sport or a skill? Is it bowling and darts and pool, or is it a sport? Post-Tiger, because pre-Tiger Woods, there was, some guys with dad bods winning tournaments. Post-Tiger Woods, they're all fitted in shape. No one questions whether golf is a sport anymore. And I think Tiger Woods is the main reason why his dominance in how he's changed the game. So that's why I say he's changed the game more than Tom Brady has. No one asks the question anymore, is it a skill or a sport? Everyone says it's a sport, and that's Tiger Woods. Now, with that being said, he's 48 going on 49. It's unbelievable he's come back from all these back surgeries. His foot/ankle will never be the same because of the flaps and other things. He's had a fusion surgery. The only irony is 2 years ago when he returned to the Masters, we said he's not going to do much. He came out blazing, guns blazing. He made the cut. He was on the leaderboard after the first 2 days, but we all know how hilly that course is in Augusta, and Saturday, Sunday, he petered out. Look, if he's ever going to win one, this is the year, because the fusion hopefully takes away some pain in his foot and ankle. I'm still not optimistic. I'm optimistic he's going to make the cut, but if he's ever going to pull off a Phil Mickelson who won at the age of 50, this might be the year, but I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, you sound like the coach that knows his team can't win, but still got to get that pep talk. Ain't no way Tiger Woods going to win. He broke down. God, dog, he got a lot of issues, man. Well, I appreciate you, Doc Chow. Make sure that person behind you doesn't have that many issues. Go in there and heal somebody, Doc Chow, and we talk next week, brother. Good. All right, appreciate you. Oh, man. Damn, Tiger Woods, you should have saw Dr. Chow a long time ago. What the hell? You only got 2 car crashes, right? The first one didn't hurt you, though. Damn, he swing too hard. Let's get to this. Let's focus some comments real quick. Focus some comments here. Don Staley, we were talking about transgender women playing women's sports. Don Staley sipping on that scissor up. She was sipping on something. She didn't want to answer it, but she said it. Let's see what y'all think about it. If everyone knows about Dawn, she a fierce competitor. She doesn't care if trans men lying. She all about that smoke. That answer she gave wasn't about equal rights. It was a competitiveness. You must be boo-boo the fool. She do not want a former collegiate male athlete who has a year left of eligibility, who is good on North Carolina, to play against South Carolina as a woman. No, he doesn't. Stop playing. Ain't nobody that competitive, okay? Let's just say that. FloJo, fastest woman who has ever existed on the planet called Earth, will never have said, you know what? If Maurice Green decided to become a woman, I'll beat him. Her. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you don't want that competition. You don't want that smoke. You don't want all the smoke. You don't want all the smoke. You ain't hopping over no fence. Stop putting your achievements in that conversation. Think about someone you saw that you knew he ain't quite right. Let them be them and achieve accordingly. You ain't the same nor close. We got many women that could compete against other professional basketball athletes. We have female currently participating in high school football with the boys. Y'all trying to put me in a corner and make me sound like a bigot or something? Y'all better stop. What you're doing is taking the best woman you can imagine and then saying, all right, give me like the most average dude, or maybe, not the bottom, but make average. I don't know. Send me film of a high school girl playing a skill position and balling against a good high school. Any high school, forget it. Be a sorry high school. I just want to see. I have not seen it. I've not seen it. Basketball, stop. I've talked to legends. Like, the people on the Mount Rushmore as women. They like, what? I played against my husband. Their husband ain't in the NBA, FYI. He destroying them because he big too. Like, man, this ain't, God, I can't give birth to kids. It's okay. I don't feel bad. That's just not what I can do. Ain't no woman, not a single set of nada, gonna play in the NBA and ball out. Who? What woman could be in the NBA and ball out? Go. Why y'all making this difficult? Goodness. She's okay with it, but what about her team in school? Selfish and personal response, which she should have kept to herself. Never put your team and coworkers in the line of fire for personal opinions. Yeah, I don't think that team would have went out there and played against them. Imagine all these dudes running around. Stop playing. Imagine if Burns from South Carolina decided next year he was a woman. I wonder if he would dominate that part. All right, let's get on Acho. Acho, love to hate Acho. What you said is the bottom line. What I don't like is, unfortunately, I think a lot of things black folks go through, they are going through them only because of their skin color. But I would bet my last dollar on it. Caitlin Clark gets those death threats also, but she knows if she gives those death threats and the negative talk any extra energy, it will continue on and get even worse. Great point. It's called not being mentally weak and being overall smart about it. Act like you don't even know it's there. That's what needs to be done. Interesting. So I can assume that Caitlin Clark or others are getting death threats, but they ain't going to go out there and tell you. Because now it's like a joke. It's like when somebody see you cry when they bagging on you, they joning on you. They ain't going to stop. They going to really go into it. Now, oh, I got them like that? Stop it. My only issue with Acho is that he doesn't stand on business. You can give hot takes, then cave to the mob. Let's keep it real, though. There's a certain segment that thinks black athletes should be above criticism. Hell, Shannon Sharp gets attacked when he criticizes any black player. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you said two good things there. One, Acho does hot takes, right? I don't mind him either. It's just he does at times be like, whoa, y'all didn't like that hot take? It's like, what? Why you give it then? And I don't like that whole like, oh, take care of the sister, take care of the brother. Like, y'all know who does it too. I'm going to be nice today. I ain't going to say their names. But golly, that's corny. It's so see-through too. You think I need you to take care of me, fool? Like, tell me what it is and shut up. Like, you make us look so immature as a group. It's just sorry. All right. I don't like Acho, but I completely agree with him. Should have never had to come out later and do the apologize, not apologize thing. Yeah, that whole reprimand thing was just like, I wasn't going to say nothing at first. I was like, oh, that's cool. He broke that down. She'll get it. People will defend her, but still she'll get it. Oh, you on the phone with who? All right, last one. Acho is a grifter. He just rides whatever wave that's going to bring that butter. He looks and acts like he's been rolled off a conveyor belt. He's a generic empty vessel. Damn. And will parrot any narrative he has to when it's convenient. It's a shame, too, because his latest Reese comment showed that there's an independent thinker in there struggling to get out. But he's trapped himself in this woke persona, and he has too much to lose materially by forfeiting it now. Irony is he's losing his soul. You said a whole lot. You said it with some Jason Whitlock spice. Acho's a gift. Let's just say that. He's a gift that keeps on giving. Woo. League divorce. The woman marries them because of the coin. The coin is done. They leave. You really believe women that marry these athletes really love them or care for them? Hell no. What are you talking about, Willis? Nah, I get it. You're right. Not all right, but I get what you're saying. All right. I know we finish every show with a Wileyism. Yeah, my itty bitty's got to be up right now. Not correcting a mistake is another mistake. Look at that. J. Cole it, y'all. Y'all got to do the J. Cole. Like PWC, you know what I mean? We got to stop, like, going down the track wrong. And we know it. Because that track, that train going to crash, bro. I'm working on, I am fine with contrition now. I'm fine with my apologies. I'm better than ever. I'm not great. I'm fine. What I really need to work on is I know you messed up. And I forgive and forget. Like, because you're still a great person who just messed up. My problem is, I think you're going to mess up again, right? So when I mess up, I want people to forgive, right? How come I can't get that to somebody else? I need a therapist. I need a letter from the government. I need somebody to help me. Because I will easily be like, my bad. I'm wrong. I apologize. I'm sorry. But when you need that grace, I'm sitting there like, and that's a mistake, right? Because I'm throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I need that person. That person's good. One issue. Because I know when I make my issue, one issue. Come on, y'all. Don't throw me out like that. You can't count me out. Not like that. So let's work on that together. Let's band arms together on this one. Let's J. Cole this shit. J. Cole. Like PWC, not correcting a mistake is another mistake. So, especially with those you shared that time and space and energy with, because those are the ones we take for granted a lot of times, trying to bring somebody else into that same time, energy, and space. Guilty, huh? Not correcting a mistake. Don't forget, y'all. is another mistake. That'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. I gotta go. Itty bitties need to get dressed. Gotta go to school. Woo! We gotta take that helicopter ride with the helicopter we don't have. Love for you guys. Have an amazing day, man. I know I will. Let go.
Stage a lot faster. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so inspired to be here, and thanks Shine Global for